They come back in and they do it again because they're coming in with a point to prove. The question is, are they going to be able to do it?
It looks a little better, at least, the OD game, right? He's not going to be, he doesn't have like Grimstroke silence where he can't play the game until he has BKB. He's not versus Doom. He's still versus Beastmaster and some other factors, of course, like Blinding Light, Miss Rate, Fire Spirits that can be annoying and stuff like that. But overall, it looks a little bit better because I also feel like the offlane isn't just going to be a complete like disaster, right? Dawnbreaker and Wyvern versus the CK plus Phoenix. This looks pretty decent. It looks like the Dawn and the Wyvern is going to be able to have a bit of a better game. Last game, it feels like, you know, Katomi's farming on Dawnbreaker, but he's just farming some items and there is no Venomancer, right? Toby literally had no game. This time, it feels like he should be able to have a bit of a better one. And it's Stormstormer on his Invoker, so they have this secondary carry in a way that will be able to transition. But we'll see. I'm still a bit doubtful, of course, for the OD, and especially with what Tundra has, they have a very safe draft that they're very comfortable with. Even the Coddle plus Beastmaster, the Axe spam, and all that. But yeah, let's see. Let's see if the OD is going to be able to do it. Because now he's also amplified. He'll get Alacrity and stuff. Maybe they have the Invoker, who is a traditional counter to CK in the mid game also. Because you know, if he ults ever, you just deafening blast it. You have a lot of different solutions to be able to deal with CK. So yeah, let's see.
The battle begins.
I mean, the mid lane as well, you know, Knight on the Void Spirit. How does this one sort of go between the two of them?
Stormstormer always does excellent.
Yeah, he's an incredibly solid Invoker player.
Yeah, and you can actually do a lot of cool things as an Exort Invoker when you're playing versus these melee heroes. You know, Void Spirit's one of the better ones because you can actually always kill the summon, the Void Spirit that's going to be coming out. You know, with your damage block and everything, you can just commit onto it. But rune control, Invoker can control his own runes, just sending the Void Spirit as well too. So yeah, we'll see. Let's see how bottom goes too, because this time they're not this like double super tanky beef heroes that Fishman did struggle to kind of push away. This time it is a Coddle that he's going to be chasing. Oh, interesting. Sox is starting with a Blightstone. That's new.
Yeah, we'll see who sort of wins the support battle down here. Who's going to be able to get the most done between Saxa and Fishman. But indeed, yeah, Saxa's ready to right-click.
Did they miss the block? Or what's this secondary sentry for? I didn't get to see, actually, when they placed it down, the sentry near the hard camp. Radiant sentry near the Dire Ancient area. My bad. Whatever, you can see they blocked Ancient because they expect like this Axe and the Beastmaster and this Coddle to be constant tank. But yeah, this sentry I'm just confused by because it looks like maybe they missed the block that they were initially going for or something. But yeah, this is a very strong pressure lane that they've got on the side of Tundra.
Yeah, you know, last game we saw Skeeter on the Jug. He had a fantastic time. On the CK, is he also going to feel pretty comfortable and safe this game, or are there more threats from this time around?
I think more threats than the Jug did last time around. The lane can be a little bit problematic too. Dawnbreaker is a very strong hero, and Katomi, we've seen, he's kind of the most impressive Wyvern player for me. Across actually like all regions. I've been really enjoying him. Looking at mid, and 9 is crushing it right now.
He is. 13-6 against the 7-1.
Yeah.
We'll see if things change sort of once Storm's got a couple of levels and the Forge Spirit's a bit better. But until then, yeah, 9 showing up big time here on the first few waves.
Yeah, he's able to, I didn't see if he actually did kill, I was looking at the other lanes, but this is, like I was mentioning, Void Spirit is one of those heroes that you can tank a lot of the damage since you have that absorption, and you have chances to kill Void Spirit constantly.
That's some easy extra CS.
Yep.
Extra gold as well, taking these Forge Spirits down.
Level 4 already. Stormstormer has he's only 3.5, so a good advantage here for 9 at the moment.
Yeah, of course, not really any heroes that are going to be able to make moves towards that mid and threaten a Void Spirit. 9's going to feel very safe in that area of the map.
Spam in the bottom lane, as we mentioned. The axes, the chakra, constantly refreshing the axes to get more spam too. How much regen do they have? They only have 2 tangos left here for Pure. They are going to be very low. While on 33, he already has his helm. They have extra tangos too, so lane looks like it's going to get pretty difficult for Pure. It looks like all 3 lanes under pretty happy.
You can see that for Entity, their supports having to go heavier on the consumable spending. I mean, Pure. Oh my goodness, he's taken out there by those axes.
Hey, he can't farm. In this position, he can just die if he steps up too far.
They're living on the edge here.
Yeah, this is a problem.
He's got Salve coming out in the courier.
But they're going to look to just dive him. The axe is... Oh!
Oh, it hits him as well. He's down to 20 HP.
Even when he salves up, he's not going to be full. Top.
Skeeter will get caught. Entity, they'll manage to find first blood there on the top lane.
As we mentioned, this time around, Toby has a much better matchup. He's not this Veno versus Jug that can get literally nothing. They can actually contest the CK, so a good move by them. And we are seeing, sure, you see 23 and 10 on the Void Spirit, but Stormstormer slowly catching up. But they get top.
Yeah, they're able to get in and take down Snaking as well. Didn't initially manage to dive away. You can say by the infused raindrop, but he'll still go down. Down bottom, Fishman. Should be in trouble here. The axes and the blast. We can set up to bring down 33 in return. They can. Pure will manage to take the kill in return.
9 getting another Forge Spirit. My goodness. How many can we get a tab to see how many he's killed?
He's at least at 3.
I know he's gotten a couple. Yeah, he's gotten 5 already.
Forge Spirits.
He's gonna be level 6 almost, and he's gonna be able to potentially just dive the Invoker when he gets it. Stormstormer having difficulty in this matchup. 9 really pushing his limits.
Top lane Toby. The star breaker, but they'll kite it out with a dive.
Still seeing Skeeter get pressured a bit though. Even though he has that built-in sustain, it is a lot of damage that comes out between the Dawn and this Winter Wyvern.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
A consistent spam.
Yep. And the threat of Sunstrike as well too is something you always have to keep in the back of your mind too when you are playing on these side lanes.
I can't help but feel that this looks to be the setup, though, for another game where 33 on the Beastmasters.
He might
probably going to have quite a free time in this area of the map. He's getting perfect VAR.
And he's going to get boosted up, too, from Saksa over and over again. They didn't even go back to even check for some stacks. They're just playing the lane. So these sentries that were early plays from Entity kind of were wasted, a bit of wasted gold. And Fishman, he keeps trying to get on top of the Coddle, but as we know, Coddle 320 movement speed. He gets hit by 1 Boar Slow. Clock can't catch up to him without boots. All right, Power Rune. Who's going to get it? Saksa is now trying to stack. Okay, so sentries have now paid off their value. Blocks the first stack of the Ancients. The hard camp will still get stacked up, and yeah, Katomi takes the rune.
See top lane, I mean... I see bottom there. The blast on Fishman with the raindrops doing work.
It's fine. They're still getting pretty okay farm for Pure. They've had to spend a good amount on regen, but level 6 already. He's able to trade back nicely.
On top lane, they tried to go in for Skeeter. They did bring him down low. We'll see. Cold Embrace used to try and save Toby, but it's going to only buy time for 9 to TP in and take him out.
Nice TP. And the Sunstrike ended up missing, I believe, on Skeeter too. Otherwise, potentially he did die. But as we see, Stormstormer is catching up very quickly. Almost exactly the same net worth as that Void Spirit. So as the time, as you get those levels on Invoker, he'll be getting minus as well. Pretty soon, he has fully recovered. And soon double Void Spirits, which that starts to be a problem. That's when Void Spirit's kind of like, okay, I don't really want to just sit in the lane. I'm going to need a +1 potentially to get set up onto him. He doesn't have the best heroes to rotate for him either. It's kind of a lot relying on 9 to be able to make moves around the map. Doesn't have the best gankers.
I'll see Fishman head in to check out the triangle again.
Yeah, he's like, okay, they just cleared a stack. Up here. Should just be able to walk away.
And Fishman's getting aggressive.
Sunstrike?
I've got the Sunstrike. It's going to bring Snaking down low. Won't be enough to kill him. Snaking's fine. Fishman ends up dying for his attempt.
Oh, double sentry placed from Tundra. Bit of a waste there. But expecting what Fishman... He's been doing this all the time as clockwork. Even the earlier game when they were playing versus the Bristleback, he's always scouting, always trying to give information for his team. Yeah, Midas is done. Good Midas game too, for Beastmaster always. Can always be very nice. And yeah, double Force Spirits are now at the ready. So let's see how they enable 9. Right now they're just pumping up with mana. They don't really have, as we mentioned, the best gankers on the 2 supports, but as for enabling their core heroes, Coddle is one of the better ones.
Yeah, some excellent short cooldown spells on.
Yeah.
Which they're all 4 of the rest of the heroes to spam.
And just keeping him juiced up too. If he doesn't get a power rune, they just heal. As 9, he's committing. They have a blast.
See if he's not going to have nearly enough damage to take down Stormstormer. The TPs were instant. Kataomi and Fishman turning up to make sure that 9 can't dive for Stormstormer. 9 will try and turn his attention over towards the clock instead. Sunstrike's going to connect. Resident Pulse giving him some protection. Infuse Raindrop as well stays him from the Splinter Blast damage. They'll get the kill and they'll get out.
Really pushing the limits on 9 there. It's very close for him just dying to the Sunstrike. He does end up surviving. And Pure, he's kind of just in the jungle now. Doesn't want to lane versus this Beastmaster spam that's coming out. So Aksa will be okay. Kataomi will take the bottom lane. We've seen so many times these Wyverns do this, but we've also seen a lot of times, especially a hero like Beastmaster, you cut the trees, you're actually able to find this Wyvern when he gets this deep push going. He might look for a dive here.
It's a bit of a dangerous spot for Kataomi to be in.
They just really want to zone him off the wave so that he can't Splinter Blast it.
They're going to bring more down here, Entity.
Okay.
Pure and Fishman.
Is under attack.
They just can't catch the speedy Coddle, though.
33 has got Roar, of course, if he wants to try and set up for a kill.
And he has the Tumblers, too, which can catch people off guard a little bit. You tumble and get the Roar off. Pure, it's going to be the same build this time, of course. The Treads into Dragonlance BKB. As we mentioned, it's a better one this game for it, since he's not playing versus both Roar and Doom and Grimstroke.
Yeah, having a much better start this time round.
Dire's middle tower.
And as we mentioned too, you know, the side lanes, they're not getting dumpstered. They're not getting decimated. Dawnbreaker is doing a good job. He's able to actually play his lane. Stormstormer as well. A lot of global threat on the map too. The Sunstrike, the Solar Guardian. So Tundra have to be a little hesitant about some of the times when they look for these very aggressive plays because they can just get turned on.
Yeah, really, really good setup as well for those sort of global moves.
Yeah.
Whether it be the hook shots or the astrals or the curses. They have those ways to start fights when Tundra start to approach. TP's coming down. Stormstorm, he's going to look for 33. They've caught him in the combo. Cold snap into the hook shot and the Sunstrike. 33 weren't ready for that one.
That's a nice move. Kataomi now getting the level 6 as well too. Stopping the push entirely.
Tower is under attack.
Stormstormer might walk back into a gank though. He's expecting it. He scans. He's got the read. And he's got the backup of Kataomi right behind him. And they have the Solar Guardian that they're still hanging on to, as you see up top.
Yeah,
Dawnbreaker's waiting.
It definitely makes it too tricky of a move for Tundra to try and jump Entity under the tier 1.
Midas. It looks like he wants to save it for the creep, potentially. And he will get it. Okay, nicely done by Stormstormer.
Very close to having his bots as well. A nicely farmed start here for the mid-invoker.
9 is coming in behind. They really want to go for this tower, Tundra. 4 heroes.
I'll find a courier. They'll definitely want more than that. On the amount of attention they've brought down it. See 9 holding back until he sort of commits here onto Fishman. Snake King will manage to get the Supernova off, so he'll be okay. They'll take out Fishman. You kind of want more than that though, Tundra. A little bit of a pause here from Entity.
Maybe something happened with Stormstormer? I'm not sure. It looked like he was kind of like walking away when they were looking for something.
Now the question is, you know, how hard is Tundra going to be able to go?
They're going to dive.
They're going to be diving in.
Oh yeah, right now especially. Sure.
Because there's a Solar Guardian at the ready.
Yep. But they have the Roar. They have pretty much everything except for that egg, as we mentioned, that was kind of forced. Of course, the Clockwork did a good job.
If they do dive in to go for these kills, do you think we'll see Toby jump over with the ultimate?
I think he probably has to, yeah. They don't want to lose Stormstormer down here. He TP'd. Does not have a TP to get out. So, yeah, they might just have to bring everybody. Maybe even call for Pure to TP if Tundra does look for the dive play. We shall see. Because, yeah, they definitely want to go for this dive now. The curse was used.
Yeah, how many steps? Because we've got both steps. Yep. 9 did a really good job there, making sure he didn't overcommit his tools to take the kill on Fishman.
And that's kind of the most reliable stun that they have in the game, right? That's the curse in this one. The hookshot and the curse are the 2 most reliable to land onto a Void Spirit. All right, let's see what happens.
Yeah, see how much Tundra can get out of this dive. And Toby with the Solar Guardian can turn things around, maybe get anything going Entity's way.
It might be just scary to fight down here. We'll see how they approach it.
They might just bail out on Kataomi, just leave him for dead.
But as we mentioned, Stormstormer doesn't have TP, so he has to kind of ghost walk and get out somehow.
That's Kataomi gone, and indeed with the Axes, they're hunting for him, and with the Roar, they'll try and bail him out with the Solar Guardian. See if they can turn this around, Entity. Then with the cold snap, Sunstrike down on the 33s. That's the start. They've dropped the Sanity's Eclipse. Astral here to protect Stormstormer. They're going to be able to keep Stormstormer alive and turn the fight around. It's a double kill for Pure.
Yeah, they called everybody. They're like, Stormstormer's telling them. He's like, guys, I have no TP. Please help me.
And they might just get 9 as well. The controls there. A very nice hold there from Entity.
And a way better game already for Pure. He's 3-0-1.
He's picking up the kills. 3-0-1. Yes, a night and day difference here between what he was able to achieve in that game 2 of the series as the carry OD. It's very much looking up and looking like, you know, we're starting to see why they really wanted to bring this carry OD out. There's potential. He's second highest in the net worth.
And he will be buffed up, right? There is an Invoker who's probably going to be alacritying him a lot inside these team fights in the mid game. And Stormstormer, as we said, he's kind of the secondary carry. So good response from Entity. Now Tundra, no Solar Guardian. They're like, we need to get this tower. They're probably going to put same emphasis down here with at least 3 heroes. Skeeter quietly has been farming, though. I haven't really touched on the CK too much. One of his best heroes, of course, too. He's able to just sit in the jungle. Almost keep up with that OD. Yeah, but so far I think we're in for a much more even game than the last 2, because the last 2 were pretty one-sided on both departments.
No, for sure, yeah, game 1 after a certain point felt like it was completely over, and game 2 indeed, a little bit earlier in that one, felt like it was GG. But this one, 13 minutes in, absolutely having the potential to swing both ways. And top lane Staxter will show himself. Entity quick to jump.
An Exort Invoker able to set up these global ganks without Sunstrike. He's TPing into the ganks. Usually it's cross Wex. He's playing very quick with it. Level 12. Having an excellent game as he tends to on these Invokers. Stormstormer is one of the best.
Radiant's bottom tower
if not the absolute best, honestly. He is very impressive always. And he almost always goes Exort too, which I love to see.
Radiant's bottom
for Tundra.
under attack.
You know, what's sort of the plans you reckon around Skeeter CK? Is it, arm the Echo and then get him involved, or do they want to continue to sort of just play the farm game on the CK, get Skeeter really big before they're forced to fight?
It's just scary for him to show up, right? Like, as we mentioned, there is some counters he has to deal with. Invoker and Wyvern, 2 of the better ones, and it feels like constantly, like, Entity's always going to have the ultimate advantage of, like, team fights, depending on how the Phoenix plays. And right now, another catch.
Should be another free one here, Staxter.
They might just be able to get a Roche now, too, right? The way that they did last time, the OD can just sneak it if they get a single pick-off. Yeah, this is looking way better. His BKB is done if you'd like to bring it out to in 30 gold. So that will prove problem, because then he'll be able to actually focus Egg, and the only thing he has to worry about really is the Beastmaster.
Now, once again, Tundra unlikely to be able to do much about this Roshan. It's Pure. Getting that timing once again, but obviously this game 3 compared to game 2 in a much different position. He's ahead, and now he's got the BKB and the Aegis. Yeah, well, BKB at 500 gold. It's got to be pretty much there for the next fight. So that next move that Entity make is going to be very difficult for Tundra to deal with.
Yeah, he can even, like, if a fight did come to him, he can disassemble and do all that stuff too. So yeah, he's in an excellent spot. Tundra definitely feel like they're feeling some of that pressure, because I do feel like they want to try to involve Skeeter, but it's just scary for him because he doesn't want to die and slow himself down versus this OD and Invoker.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Does feel like Entity getting a little bit better out of this first 16 minutes here. And yeah, their team fight's just a bit easier to execute too, right? Because they have the counter initiation, they have Katomi, who's been so damn good on his Wyvern, all of his curses always. Yeah, let's see what they can do. Tundra. The Helm of the Overlord is done, so 33 will be able to apply a lot more pressure with this.
Just getting so much more out of the map, it feels. When they're in the 3 lanes, Tundra have to be much more cautious about how they approach the farm.
They're just scared to make the aggressive plays. Right now, they did see Stormstormer sneaking up. They have the Hawk, so they can always play off of this vision advantage. But they have to watch out for Solar Guardian.
Very quick with the blink and the Ghost Wall.
And his team is coming already. They're going to be able to outnumber Tundra down here.
Now, they can turn and look for kills themselves if Tundra's not careful there. Entity has got the catch.
Radiant's middle tower.
Tundra bringing more numbers down. but a bit scared. They're a bit hesitant to make the moves, as we see. Yeah, off screen always. Toby at the ready to jump in. So Tundra just always has to have, like, honestly, they always have to have number advantage, or they will just get that +1 on Entity. Let's see what they can grab. Can they find anything? Entity, they're just farming. They're very content with the state of the game right now. And Fishman just constantly playing around his carry. He'll be the one to tank it, it looks like, but he gets saved.
Yeah, these defensive Astrals meaning that Tundra can't really fully commit, even for the support.
He might still die in those set of axes. Nice.
Don't get it, man. They might just try for Pure as well, but he'll put the BKB. Doesn't want to lose his Aegis quite yet.
See what he's doing with his backpack as well, too. He was using Chipped Vest for some time to farm, just to keep the sustain going. Now he's Grove Bow, ready to battle. But a BKB on cooldown, 75 seconds. Tundra might look to take advantage of that.
And they still have Roar.
They do. And they always have this, like we said, vision advantage in a way, too. Just be able to scout. But Fishman, I don't think he's too upset. You know, this is standard Fishman stuff. 0-5, the clockwork. He's always the one tanking the ganks for his team. Kind of the ideal as your 5 position. Now, Katomi also, he has a blink, so they have 2 different ways to follow up to protect. They have the Solar Guardian, and they will probably always have the Wyvern in play to be able to counter any gank that does come out onto those big cores.
Yeah, it does definitely feel much more complicated for Tundra to be able to get the freedom to focus down Pure in the team fight. A lot of ways for Entity to keep that OD safe and just control the team fight.
And you just have to be careful always too, because if you do put too much onto the OD, the Invoker will just destroy you. As top, Toby, he has BKB, hanging onto it.
He's gonna get caught in the blast.
Oh my, and he hung onto it too long.
Yeah, didn't quite expect maybe to just get hit that hard during the pull of the Remnant, but he certainly did.
And 9 had just also finished up his Kaya Sanj plus Fairy Trinket, so maybe the damage just, he didn't expect it to really do that much. Now he gets a Van Brace, so even more Spell Amp. Yeah, and Skeeter just farming. He does not want to get involved, as we said. Bottom.
I got the Sunstrike. I got the timing. Stormer picks it up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
3-0-3 and with these kills, BKB, it's coming in very shortly.
Both teams seem pretty content, honestly. State of the game. It doesn't seem like either one wants to really force too much. They're both happy with the way that the trades are coming out.
And, you know, of course, in all of this action, we've very much seen a lot of inaction from Skeeter. You know, the CK has been completely out of it, so yet to sort of see how Tundra's lineup sort of rolls in the fight when they have Skeeter getting involved as well. So that'll all probably happen at least once he's got the BKB done. Not before that.
It's like we said, though, it's still a scary game for him. He has to just be careful how he plays into this Invoker and the Wyvern in particular. I mean, I feel like he probably just wants to still sit back and farm until he has Blink as well. Level 20 talent too, like later on, like it's gonna be time for Skeeter to want to get involved. Of course, that Reality Burst pierces the spell immunity, so you can focus fire the OD.
And who's gonna have, you know, when you sort of take everything into account, who's gonna have an easier time to get, you know, have impact in the team fights between like the carry OD and the carry CK in the late game fights?
It all depends on how they address the backliners and the control. Like if the Beastmaster doesn't get a roar off, then this OD is just going to be able to pop off.
Oh, lovely Sunstrike here. Well set up for Pure to be able to come in, put a stop to Sax's TP, and take him out in a couple of hits. Another kill for Pure, 5-0-2.
It does feel like the OD might actually have a little bit of an easier time, gotta be honest. Just because there are so many counters for Skeeter. Skeeter's got BKB though. Let's see if they want to make a call to move him. Roar.
Lane. So anything to follow up the roar in time though. Skeeter, he's got the pull back into the Hawk stun. The heal's coming in with the Solar Guardian, but the damage from Skeeter far too much to be offset by Toby, and Toby also has to pop the BKB to run.
Katomi a bit far away to be able to help the Invoker this time. Stormstormer was very deep, and now they're going to lose a secondary. Skeeter finally able to get involved as soon as he finishes BKB.
Absolutely, still showing, of course, how quickly he can take down the single targets when he gets in with the Phantasm. Huge amounts of physical damage.
And great chain stun. Also, of course, the Hawks, the Roar, able to keep Stormstormer in that position away from that Wyvern.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Now they can actually get a little bit more advantage here. 20 seconds, no Invoker. Potentially going to get the mid tower. A huge pickup for Tundra. And a power rune as well. 9. He has another Arcane. So he's still looking for another target. And the constant threat of these Hawks, these stuns.
And that, you know, it's going to be quite the big thing as well. It definitely feels that with Entity's lineup, it's going to be a fair bit more difficult to push down towers, right? Sure, you got the Forge Spirits, but outside of that, you're not really taking down towers quickly.
No. You need to get like a pretty successful team wipe or something along those lines to push in comparison. And yeah, I was going to say, I think they need a little more catch also for this Void Spirit, because 9, we mentioned, he doesn't really have too many things he has to deal with. The hook shot and the curse in particular. Saw the Hex was queued up from Stormstormer. I think that's definitely the right approach, because 9 is...
Yeah, I think they're both getting it right. Yeah, Hex on Stormstormer and Pure's item lifts next.
Makes sense. Yeah, I was thinking like Shiva's or the Hex for the OD would be pretty ideal, depending how he feels about the game state.
Skeeter back to farming up his Blink Dagger next.
He's chilling.
I mean, it really does feel that Tundra, with the way that they're playing, they don't seem too concerned. They're very happy as long as Skeeter's getting the space. Feeling that, the CK ultimately should be able to carry this.
Especially because he can potentially just start to get to points where he one-shots a lot of these heroes through BKB when he gets the 20 talent.
There we go, Blink done on him. See if they want to go for a sort of smoke play around that. What have we got? Snaking has got the smoke at the ready, Roar's back up.
It does feel like they can.
Could be a very good time for Tundra to make a move. They get him with sort of the Roar and Skeeter jumping either the same target or another. They should have the opportunity to quickly shred through one of them with the Phantasm at the CK.
All about positioning now at this point, right? Katomi has to be on point with his saves.
Yeah,
if one of the cores do get jumped, or Pure has to be on point to be able to protect in the Invoker or something like that does get grabbed. Because they're going to die so fast. Especially if they don't get the BKBs off, right? Like 9 will just eviscerate them too.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So Pure. Getting very aggressive.
He's going to head up the wave. We'll see the hook shot to the side, but Skeeter, he's just able to get straight in on top of Pure, and Pure dies in a second to the damage of these Phantasm from Skeeter. They'll also get Fishman to the side and into the trees. They'll find Kataomi, who didn't even get a chance to get in position there. I mean, this is the power of the CK. No, Skeeter with the BKB and the blink. When he presses ult and he jumps in on top of this OD, Pure, he's gone in an instant.
They have to be so quick to get the save. Fishman actually gets a pretty good hook shot, but the stun had connected.
Catch Skeeter. Yeah. Skeeter was able to make it round that.
And now Skeeter he pretty much has the 20 talent. So it feels like in the next situations, even if they get BKB up before the stuns, they might just die anyway.
As you say, yeah. Cold embraces winner's curses. The pressure is on for Kataomi. Has to come in with those clutch saves.
And that's why
the only thing that will protect them.
Yeah, and that's why I was kind of saying also there's a chance that Pure maybe looks to go for like a Shiva's, because you can see he needs armor, he needs something to protect himself versus Skeeter. As it all just happens so fast.
I know, it feels hard that even with the Shivas, if he gets on top of you like that, you're going to fall very, very low, if not just dead anyway. Snaking.
He's got that smile on.
Got a bit of a smile on it. When he sees his carry take down the enemy carry that quickly, he's going to be happy.
I mean, Skeeter's just been able to sit back and farm, and then as soon as he showed up twice, he's gotten the big kills. It's kind of the dream situation for him. 33, getting pulled out of it. Nice recall. Little tumble over the trees there. Yeah, they're pulling around all over the map, pressuring bottom. Now they've recalled 9 to mid lane, and they're ready to fight. Skeeter is 20. BKB's at the ready. Entity the summons, scouting them.
They're going to jump in straight away onto Toby. Toby's in trouble, he's gone.
They just can't save anybody. Katomi, he's not able to get in range over and over again this time around. They just die way too fast.
I mean, Tundra, they could look to jump for more. 9. He's charging up to the high ground. He's ready to look for more action. Pure has to defensively astral himself. Kataomi comes in.
The Lincolns.
It blocks the curse. And now Katsuomi will dive for that. We'll see a buyback from Toby. Over to the side, 33's got the Raw. They'll jump in over towards Pure. They'll take down this OD. They'll bring down the clock. Tundra, they're ready to roll them over. An Entity, they're throwing so many buybacks into this fight. They really want to try their best to turn it. See if they can do so. See Pure off to the side. 33's picked up a triple and he's still
Pure
to go for more. They're on top of Pure.
Oh,
buyback from Pure. Entity just crumbling in this team fight to Tundra.
Tundra hit their stride, and now they're just finding everything. They have full control.
They're diving in. I mean, Stormstormer getting slowed up
He's dead.
by the call. He's gone as well. Everybody dead and more. That was what, I think, what, 3 buybacks, 3 diebacks there on Entity.
That was an 8 for 0. Oh my goodness. The game has completely exploded. The Lincolns by 9 blocks the curse. Entity full panics. They Solar Guardian on top too.
Buyback.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that went downhill fast.
Oh yeah. And
15k lead. They're up into the base. They're going to look for barracks.
they might be able to go tier 4s.
I think they might be able to.
Especially Glyph is used.
See how much they want to take here, Tundra.
Let's see what they look to do with that.
Well,
this game blew up.
It did. I mean, you know, on the OD, Pure, he got to have a little bit of a showing early on in the game, but it really, you could tell in the way that Tundra was playing that they knew that they were going to have this potential at a certain point to just jump and kill him, and they're doing it again.
It's a Skeeter specialty, right? His CK, he knows when he has those windows, and he's taking them perfectly. He knows how to win the game. Yeah, 5-1 and 3. Back up, Roche is up. They don't want to force the issue too much, but this game just, I mean, the game is like, feels like it's completely over now.
It's so hard now. Look at that. It just like that. It dropped in an instance from probably like a 40% win probability down to a 1%. They'll try for the steal, but the Aegis has already been picked up by Skeeter.
He got shard.
I got shard.
Little small thing at least,
something.
But yeah, these, I mean, pretty big mistakes, it feels like, almost by Entity, but Tundra just read the map perfectly. It's from every one of these team fights. It just seems like they get the instant stuns, they don't get the BKBs off, and the targets just die. And then Katomi tries to go for a play, and it all just gets turned on.
Back in action. And they're catching Toby there with the Remnant 9.
Ever since the catch top, right? They catch Stormstormer top playing too aggressive. Katomi can't get the save. Then they get a secondary catch onto Pure. Then a third and a fourth. It's all just ramped up so quick for Tundra.
Oh, there's no refresher orb on the Phoenix.
Holy. Full items out of nowhere after these last few successful
Look at that. It's a straight refresher here for Snaking.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
33. I'm going to use the curse to set up, and he has already BKB'd. See if they can kill him as this comes to an end.
Oh, he jukes it. He's going to blink. Nope.
Might still get the chance to. Yep. Oh, he will. He's away.
Tumble and recall.
Is under attack.
Goodbye.
Tumble his toy. He's still hanging on to it at 30 minutes. Just for those type of escapes. And now, Tundra ready to fight up here.
Yeah, Entity's in a bit of an awkward spot now. They've chased this far up the lane. I mean, Toby's just getting slowed to the side and put the BKB. He'll go for the BKB TP. If they got the physical, they don't. He'll live, only just though.
That's a strange man.
But never ever to take a fight, it feels like now. Entity so far behind. Even now having to switch item builds, going for Lincolns on Stormstormer likely, just so he doesn't get one-shotted during the combo from CK. And Soxa now just pulling 9 bottom. Looking for Stormstormer. Ooh.
Always. I'll find him a bit in the trees here. He's slippery enough to get away though, Stormstormer.
Still spooky, because his TP was on cooldown. Sweating bullets a little bit. And top.
Lane, 33. He's in with the roar onto Pure. I've got the Solar Guardian and the Cold Embrace. This time around, heals will be there, but there's a Supernova off to the side. Skinner's got the pullback onto Pure. Pure's dead for 70. The Supernova's done, catches out Toby. Of course, the BKB is still on cooldown, so no escape here for the Dawnbreaker. Toby tries to run, but the stun will connect. He goes down. Katomi's out as well. Get the curse off, but it doesn't matter. Okay, at least gets him the kill on Snaking in return, but it's looking to be over. 4 dead on Entity. Tundra again, just steamrolling the team fight, and they're ready to bring it down the mid.
And a well-deserved tip, really, for Skeeter. He played this game to perfection. He waited for his perfect time, hits his 15, gets blink, BKB, etc. And the 2 or 3 times that he showed up early on, it got them those big kills that got them to this advantage. And now, yeah, game's over. They have a Hex on Invoker, but nobody else is alive.
No, Skeeter knew his timings perfectly. He knew exactly what had to be done and when to turn up, when to look to win the game. As the buyback will come out from Katomi, trying to slow down Tundra on this final push. Katomi will get dragged back outside of the fountain. He goes down. The Ancient's exposed. As there it is. GG is called. Tundra will take this game 3, and with that, the series, it's theirs. 2-1, and an important one, of course, as well, which will now put Tundra, I believe, in that top spot in the league, Fob.
Yep, and they looked, I mean, looked really good with it this time, too. The last 2 games, it was kind of like this clear perfection.